Alright, hello and welcome back to the second time I'm recording this stupid freaking video. Camtasia decided that it didn't want to record the right thing. It wanted to record my actual background and not the application, i.e. Minecraft in the foreground. So, here I am, rock you like a... Okay, anyway. So, the main purpose of this video is I want to test out the new YouTube 60 frames per second, and I want to do it in 1080p, and why not do it in Minecraft since that is mostly what I play. Although, I'm looking to do a few videos about other games in the near future here. So, wow, we have a whole ton of stuff on us, but the problem is we are full up on our chest space over here. So this is going to be more of a world toury, I guess, sort of an episode. Do I have any wood? I do. Do I have any? I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make ourselves... Actually, do I have a crafting table? Crafting table, workbench, table and bridge, working craftness. I never know what to call them anymore. There's like 50 different names. Double chest will be fine. Let's go ahead and put that down and put the rest of our stuff in it. Who cares that it is backwards? Put all these guys in there. Put the rest of these in there. I really liked that last video, and I hate when people dwell on the fact of how much they thought their last video was great and all that kind of stuff, but it was. I was talking about the 30 versus 60 frames per second thing while I was tearing things down, so I was like multitasking. I was proud of myself because I hadn't been able to do. I haven't done recording in a long time, obviously, and I hadn't done talking and doing something else on screen while not really acknowledging what I was doing on screen while I was talking, all at the same time. Haven't done that in quite a while, and so I was sort of proud that I was able to still do that. But I guess I'll get right back into what I was talking about because why not? And so this will be a world tour, and I'll do the world tour thing, I guess, after I do a little bit of talkie and Terry down. So what I was talking about was the 60 frames versus 30 frames thing. Can you tell a difference? Why do some people say one thing while other people say a different thing? And I guess I'll try to be a little bit more, well, pardon the pun, PC about the PC versus console. I am a PC gamer. I am definitely a convert. I haven't really had a console in a very, very long time. I was a PS1, PS2 guy. My sister has the PS3 and 4, I believe. She was definitely more the one into the console stuff, while I have since migrated to the PC myself. And so a lot of people in the console world say that, oh, you can't tell a difference between 30 and 60 frames, or if there are the ones who say that you can. I can get that corner, can't I? Come on. No, I guess not. Then there are ones who say that you can tell a difference, but that it ruins the cinematic feel of a game. And while I understand what that complaint is saying, I was at a buddy's house, and this was for the championship game of the NFC West, which is what my football team plays in. The 49ers. Go 49ers, although they're looking pretty bad this year. Stupid Kaepernick is, well, I don't entirely blame him, although he's been playing some strange football recently. But anyway, I'm not going to get into football because that's a whole other animal that we could talk about that for days. But I was over at his house, and I was noticing that a lot of the commercials, because they have it's probably a 4K resolution, at least 60 frames per second, so 60 megahertz. It's probably 144 to be honest. But I was really noticing that the commercials just felt very strange to me, because I wasn't used to them. I'm used to, I don't have cable or TV at home, so I don't watch a whole lot of regular TV myself. And so while I was there, I was noticing that it looked strange because it was in this higher frame rate, and so there wasn't a lot of motion blur. And so that is one thing that I'll agree that there is sort of a strange thing with the motion blur that goes on that I don't 100% understand. Nah, I don't want to say understand. It looks strange. I'm just not used to it, I guess. But in video games, I think that the lack of motion blur is definitely a huge, huge plus, especially in a game like this, or in a shooter FPS first-person shooter type of a game, not having that motion blur and having more data essentially coming to your eyes is going to lead to a better outcome for you as a player. Stop falling, guy. See, I think I fell no times last time, but I guess since this is actually working this time, of course I'm going to end up falling a bunch of times on camera. Oh my goodness. Lisai. But so I can agree that it's a little bit strange, and it can get rid of sort of that cinematic feel if you're watching a real person. But in a video game, and I first noticed this when I went from YouTube to Twitch, or I started watching Twitch from YouTube, because YouTube does, I think, a max of 30 frames per second for recording, so it doesn't matter what you record in, because it'll just be downgraded to 30 frames, and now they're of course allowing 60 frames, and so that's why I want to test this out at 60 frames to see that. But I really noticed it on Twitch, just the movement of everything and things like that were just so much smoother, and I really like that in a video game. It makes more sense to have it be smoother than to have quote-unquote cinematic feel to something. So you are released. Enjoy the wild. Go to the wild. Go. You'll notice my food source here are golden carrots, and it makes better sense to do it while it fills up your visible hunger bar, because if you fill up your visible hunger bar, you will 100% fill up your invisible hunger bar, which is your saturation bar, as people like to call it. And so it's a lot better food source than anything else, although it is quite expensive, but I will show you my remedy for that in just a moment. But the reason I'm tearing this down is it felt a little bit too much like the build I was doing on that server that I was playing on for a while. It was just basically a mini version of that, and I felt like I was rehashing old projects, and I just didn't like that, so I've decided I want to tear it down. So I think that the future of gaming, and I think anybody who disagrees just is disagreeing because they are a fanboy of consoles, or they just haven't seen the light yet of higher resolution and higher frame rate. It's like basically saying, well, what's the point of 4K? What's the point of 1080p if you have 720p? 720p is still HD. Yeah, you're technically right, but you're not going to get the same amount of information and data from a lower quality or a lower resolution than you are from higher quality and a higher resolution. So, I mean, that's why I've got a 50 whatever inch 1080p 60 hertz TV that I use as a monitor. It gives me more data in game, and so for me that makes a lot more sense. But you'll always have the people who are fanboys of X, Y, and Z, and just saying the word fanboy has made me think of Apple versus Windows or Android or anything else. And iPhone 6 just came out. Do I want to go down this road? I guess I can go down this road while I'm tearing it down. iPhone 6 and 6 Plus just came out, and a lot of people are... I was watching the Leo Laporte. He does a radio show, obviously, but he also does a YouTube series, and I was watching him basically gush about how wonderful this new phone is and how amazing it is, and it's the most beautiful phone he's ever seen. And then later on he goes, well, yeah, I guess it is Apple's way of sort of catching up, and that's how I view it. I'll admit I was once an Apple fanboy. I definitely was. I thought Apple computers and Apple products were the greatest thing, and their support network was wonderful, the Genius bar and things of that nature. If you have something go wrong with your phone, you can just bring it in as long as it's under the extra $200 warranty, and they'll fix it basically. But basically it's that, I guess, that price point that is the thing that I am just not a fan of. They're so expensive. Apple is just so ridiculously expensive, and that's the thing that I just can't justify. Is they just came out with a 5K resolution desktop, and it cost $2,500. You could make the most amazing PC that'll last you 15 years and still be considered good in 15 years for that price. But that Apple computer is, yes, it's really good, it's really powerful, don't get me wrong, I completely agree with that. It's a beast of a computer without a doubt. But it's going to be obsolete a lot sooner, and the reason it's going to be obsolete a lot sooner is you can't change anything. At least you can't change anything while under warranty if you don't have Apple do it. So you can't go in to the computer and change anything. So if something breaks early, you better have paid the extra, you know, $500-600 for the warranty. Otherwise, you are going to just be out of luck. And I'm going to sound like an old man here, but that's how they get you. That's how Apple gets you. But it is kind of true. I think that is how they get you, is that they sell you on these warranty things and they limit your ability to do anything. I suppose that I really changed my outlook on these kind of things when I built my PC, and that's a recent thing, but I've been making upgrades to it, and because I've had the ability to make upgrades to it. It's a, you know, you buy all the parts and you can interchange the parts whenever you want, so whatever your budget allows for is what you can build. And I think that's the biggest issue and limitation with Apple, is the fact that you can buy this for, you know, over market price, in my opinion, for a lot of their products, and sure, they will last you a while, but the new chipset will come out, the new motherboard will come out, or as they like to call it, the logic board, because, you know, they have to be different, will come out, but you can't upgrade to it unless you take it into Apple and have them do it, because otherwise you can never take your computer in again if you do anything to it without them, you know, without them basically being the ones who are the technicians for it. So it really keeps Apple users, you know, I don't want to say ignorant, but it keeps them under the guise of Apple. I don't know. Basically, if you never open up your computer, you're never going to learn anything about it other than the interface that you work with. And so it's just like, I think, with a car or anything else, if you don't know how it works, you're not going to know how to fix it. And so therefore you can get hosed because you don't understand how it works, what goes in it, all that kind of stuff. I think there's a lot of people who share that view as well. I don't think I'm alone in my thought about that. But anyway, you can talk about Apple versus Mac, or Apple versus Mac, PC versus Mac for forever, and you'll have fanboys on both sides. I'm a Windows and an Android person. I like Android because it's open source. A lot of their things are open source, and so that allows a lot more freedom. Just like with building a PC, you have a lot more freedom. You're not locked into something. I just think there's a lot more potential there to be able to do things. But anyway, I think I'm done chopping wood down and chopping old remnants down. I can continue to do that later on, but what I really want to do, and actually I mentioned this in the other video, so I'll go ahead and do that now, is I think I want to terraform all of this down to probably the lowest level there and terraform it back to the mountains to give you, because what I really want this to be is I want this to be a castle area again, because I really feel robbed that I wasn't able to finish the last castle. So I want to have the option to do that again, and that's really what that was supposed to be. It just didn't end up working out that way. Oh, and so okay, I gotta tell the story. So I was jumping back up here because I actually am doing this video in reverse of what I did last time. I did the tour first and then talked and did that, but I was coming over here, chicken laid an egg, like right here, boom, went to just, you know, get rid of it, get it out of inventory, just boom, popped it right at that guy. That was pretty awesome. Here's my carrot and wheat farm for carrots for the golden carrots, wheat for breeding the animals, but I'm no longer interested in doing that, and I love me some depth strider. So, few things have changed. I guess let's start from closest to furthest. So here we have an infinite breeder villager cell thing, and basically how that works is you need a farmer, and you need to give him at least some seeds and some tilled ground, and he'll plant the seeds and let the wheat grow, and as the wheat grows, it'll mature. Once it matures, he'll harvest it, and once he has enough wheat, he'll make bread, and then from there he will give the other villagers bread, and when villagers have bread, they get into love-making mode. And then down here, basically when I have enough villagers up there, that's fine for now, they'll go down here, they'll get pushed along by the water stream, and then they'll get pushed up here by their swim mechanics, you know, wanting to not drown and swim, and then they come into my house where I have About a bajillion freaking librarians. What is going on here? But I've got all of my villagers in here, quite a few of them, because the infinite breeder farm works pretty well. And so I actually went ahead and changed that button to stone, so it's a little bit quicker so they don't get out. But I really needed the villagers there for my iron golem farm. And so that is what I've got going on over here. And I wanted the iron golem farm so I didn't have to worry about iron, obviously, but mostly so I could make, and here we have a couple of few things of iron there. I'll just go AFK here a lot, just, there's quite a few days where I just let it sit. But I really wanted it for beacons. That was my main purpose for building that, and it was a project, and it was a fun project. But so we've got speed 2, strength 2, jump boost 2, so we've got a 3 beacon here. It'd be most efficient to put a 4th one there, but I need to kill another wither for that. We've got the beacon over there right now. It's at haste. Before I had a jump boost, because when you're building you can throw down 2 blocks at a time, which is more convenient if you need to do a lot of wall building, or if you're doing something like this project, which I have rehashed over there. Went ahead and killed the dragon, and so we have these ender pearls, and we've got a ender farm going over there, very similar to the one that I had made previously, so it's pretty much the same thing there. We've got these sort of like apartment style buildings to go along with our modern sort of theme here. I know these 2 buildings don't really fit into the modern theme, especially this one. This one looks really medieval or castle-y to me, but I built it and I just really liked it. I didn't really want to take it down, so I've decided against doing that. The iron golem... Oh, that door is open. I wonder if we can get up there to close it. Perfect. The iron golem farm, I actually like it too because it looks pretty modern itself, just because it's sort of a flat, wide structure there, so it sort of fits into our theme. Haven't done a whole ton to the insides of them. Some of them don't even have a floor yet. Others do have the floor, and if you're a lucky resident of either of these houses, you get to occasionally hear the iron golems getting burned to death. We had a cow apocalypse, and that was not my doing. I did not go and kill them. In 1.8, when I upgraded, we had a lot of issues with entities despawning, and I don't know if that's been fixed yet or not, but we're still definitely having that issue. I went up here the other day because I wasn't getting any iron spawning, and one of the whole cells, just all of the villagers, were gone out of there. Top to the nether, we can take a look at a couple things, and I also want to test out. I've got a gamma... I fell down here. What? Again, that's weird. This happened last time. It's sort of annoying. I'm just happy I have jump boost to get back up for a few seconds. But I want to test out. I want to put this on user, which ups the gamma like crazy, which should help for the YouTubes. I've got a hallway down this way, and then it goes that way for a couple hundred blocks, and that just goes to a large desert where I've been collecting sand and sandstone for the cylinder type project thing that we got going there. And then we'll come up here, and we got really lucky. Our nether fortress is really close to home. Another weird thing was I used to have to go up this little staircase that I made here, and I had a portal that was up there that would take me to that portal that we just went through, and then it stopped working. I'd go through the portal that I had there, and it would send me to a few thousand blocks away. So very weird. I'm not sure at all what was going on with that, but 1.8 has been quite full of bugs. I think they hastily put that out before it was really ready to be put out. So the other cool thing about this place is I've got a beacon. You can see the little bits of the beacon here with strength 2, so I can one-shot everything with the strength sword. Everything in the nether is dead. Generally, I'll come and kill those guys, and that's where I get my gold from. Generally, I come in with a fire resist potion, so I don't have to worry about these stupid things fireballing me and pretty much killing me. But this is more or less complete. I think if I get the energy, I want to extend it out just a little bit further this way. Hello! Wow. I thought I got rid of this. Why do I have this stupid thing on here? Oh my goodness. That's really annoying. But what I really want to do, I'll probably end up just cutting that out. But what I really want to do is I want to extend it out this way a little bit here. As you can see, I went ahead and took down a little stuff. Hi. Get out. Oh, lag killed me. I don't have a bow. Okay, let's get out of here. But what I really want to do is extend it out this way, just make spawns and stuff a little bit more frequent, as you can see. Wow. As you can see, spawns get a little bit desolate from time to time. I'm also expanding it out this way. But yeah, so this is my sort of gold, wither skeleton, blaze rod, coal, bone farm. You can get a lot of drops from all these monsters, which is actually pretty beneficial if you want to spend the time in the nether. But yeah, I think the last thing that I really want to show off is the ender pearl farm, the end farm, because that was a project and a half, just like it was last time. No, I went too far. I'm used to just going from the nether fortress back to the home, but we'll head on up here. Have a golden carrot before we do that. But yeah, my old portal was, I think, right here, or somewhere over here. And yeah, it would take me just like thousands of blocks away. It was really frustrating that it would do that, but oh well. We've remedied that problem by doing the coordinates trick. You write down the coordinates, divide them by 8, find that spot in the nether, and it will take you exactly where you want to go. But so here's my portal to the end. Actually, okay, so this portal will take me to the real world, if you want to call it that, the overworld. That's what I'm looking for. And then, boop, we'll fall down here. You can throw an ender pearl to make it a little bit quicker. But here's the end portal. Haven't done anything special to it. But then here is the end. And this hallway should be a lot longer to prevent enderman spawns from the main part of town there, the main island. But I just enjoy going any further. So every time I come through here, what I'll do is I'll just drop some torches down. But so what I've done is made this little walkway thing here, and the purpose of that is so I can just and kill the guys without having to also hold and I've also got it rigged up so they will drop all their ender pearls into hoppers, and then from there we just have a really quick hopper clock that triggers the dispenser, and then we'll just throw away, obviously I'm not standing here, just throw them into the void and we never have to deal with them again. This is risky, they can fall through. But yeah, we have a full chest of that, and so I don't see the point in collecting anymore, because I probably won't ever use that many. Some hooks and whatnot, things like that. But yeah, so that is the end portal there. We'll jump on back into the minecart and head back over here. Ooh, checking the phones, I just dropped it. That was that noise anyway. But yeah, so things are looking good in the world here. Haven't had a whole lot of motivation to do a whole ton. I feel like the world has been more or less conquered, and because I'm not really a redstone guy and I'm more of a building guy, I really need the inspiration to want to continue. So basically what I've done is just torched it up, and it works pretty well. You get rid of most of the endermen. You get some wandering over every once in a while, but for the most part it works pretty well, because as you can maybe see, here it is. We'll see what YouTube does with that. YouTube may just say, nope, you don't get to look at that. But as long as you go through and torch it up, and I'll bring a stack of torches with me pretty much every single time, as long as you go through and torch it up, then the enderman won't spawn over here, and so that leaves them only the one place to spawn. Oh, hi. Hello, you're mad at me now. You've forgotten that you're mad at me. It's a really bad sword to be trying to kill endermen with. But anyway, I think that's gonna probably do it for this episode. You will actually know if that will do it for the episode before I do, because I will cue that music before the end of the episode to let you know that it's the end of the episode. And of course I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. But yeah, I'll just throw down some torches. I usually will try to throw down a stack at a time, just because that's generally what I'm carrying on me. And it's doing actually a pretty good job of preventing spawns, I think. We got lucky, got a pretty small island here. But yeah, so I think that will do it for this episode. So until next time, I'll see you next time.